Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers, Facebookians. Welcome to another edition of Mary Sky Riddley's video blog, part 3. I spent an hour or two, and then my thing was that wonky. I'm going to have to download the latest, what do you call it? The latest Spybot information. See if we have a virus running in my computer due to the fact it's acting kind of wonky. I know software better than most, so the web browser is kind of acting wonky, and it was giving me a lot of trouble. So I figured I would check on it and go from there. Now I was waiting for Pee Wee, as you guys know, but Pee Wee wasn't coming around. So apparently my computer has been updated in 130 days. 3069, that's 4 months. I just updated it. Yeah, so we're updating it now. Apparently, Spybot was updated, not Spybot. Malwarebyte was updated recently, which means I haven't updated Spybot in 130 days, which is updating everything now. So it will tell me if there's any more updates. So it's updated everything. So it's like, do you want to elevate? Elevate what? So I'm trying to run this so I can get things moving. The computer's acting wonky. Like I said, I was hoping for my virus scan. Apparently, it's acting funky. Yeah, whatever. Just freaking. So apparently, it's telling me I need to do something. Okay, here we go. So apparently, it was trying to tell me that I needed to be in administrator mode to do this. You say this is what the freaking problem is. Okay, once more, and we'll check on it. See, it's giving me some weird, wonky problems. Half of the time, it doesn't want to work. Okay. All right, so we're all up to date. So I just got to run it when I'm ready. Anyways, so I don't know what's going on with Pee Wee. I don't know what's going on with Higgins. I don't know what's going on with anyone. I told Dinky I was going to do this video real quick. Apparently, I'm having some problems with my stomach. Apparently, I'm having a little bit of overkill on my tum-tum, so let me just fix that. So I took my medicine, and it gave me some tum-tum problems. So, anywho, I don't know how long I'm going to be on this video. I decided it was time to do a short video, for y'all. I know a lot of people are glued into what's this? Let me see this. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so we have one person viewing, no one commenting. So let's just get down to brass tacks so I can go watch a movie. Okay. So, uh, first of all, I was watching for like an hour and a half in between pausing and playing and pausing and playing my Shawshank Redemption. I turned around and I watched. See, I got a news flash on my tablet phone device saying that they came up with a number and a number for Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial, and I was like, oh. So at 3 p.m. Eastern time, I turned on the news on the computer. My computer was acting up because it was live feeding for so long, like 3 hours. And, it turned around and it said, and I quote, um, the jury basically didn't put any damages in, so they didn't know who won what. So finally, they read the numbers of the thing. As I said, Johnny Depp, a sweet man that he is, ran the table, and he got all three defamation charges, or what he brought against for civil, brought up, and it was bam, 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 right? So basically, he turned around and they ruled in Johnny Depp's favor. $10 million for uh, compensation, or and then $5 million for punitive damages. But because the state of Virginia only allows a cap of $350,000 for punitive damages, he wasn't in there. But he gave a statement as soon as he won. Right. Then you had Then you had Amber Heard on her side, because Johnny Depp's former agent did defamation against her with Johnny Depp. She got zero compensation, I think it was, or zero punitive damages, and like $2 million compensation damages, or compensation. So basically, she got like $2 million for one defamation thing, but uh, he got 15 million. But because it wasn't punitive damages, I think, or something like that. I'll look it up real quick. And then I had to go to Twitter, and it said something about liable for defamation. Okay, so let's see. He got 10 million in compensatory damages and 5 million in punitive damages. The judge dropped the punitive damage at the Virginia capped at 350,000, and then hold on. Hold on, and it says here that she got $2 million in compensatory damages with no money for punitive. So she got compensatory damages, or So she gets compensatory and no punitive. He gets 15 million, and it's been an interesting case, And I'm like, well, to me, I wanted to talk about this, okay, for a bit. That's why I'm here for you guys, right? Pee Wee's not around. I should email Pee Wee and let her know I'm live again for the third time today. So basically, I want to thank Pee Wee again for the toilet paper. That's amazing. She said, "Oh, it'll be coming in tomorrow." I actually used the shower. I had some ramen earlier, but let's just say it didn't taste that good. Okay, so I'm gonna let Pee Wee know. Hold on. Whoop. There we go. So anyway, so what happened was Johnny Depp won. He didn't care about the money. He wanted his life back, and he wanted to get back into movies. And I agree 100%. I miss Captain Jack. I don't think The Rock would do any good as Captain Jack, But anyways, so while I was watching and learning and watching and so forth, I'm a big Johnny Depp fan anyways, but I could not see him turn around and literally abuse someone. I mean, and then on top of all this, I went to Amber Heard's um, um, what do you call it? Twitter account, and I couldn't find Johnny Depp, so I did get the real Amber Heard. I like how they say the real Amber Heard, and the real, and so what happened was I turned around and I sat there and I was watching it and reading it, and I couldn't believe the crap I was reading. Oh, we support you. We know you're in the right. Johnny's wrong. I mean, literally, the lady's body language literally said, I lie. Okay. Now let me tell you how I'm feeling, okay? I got a bunny in there that's cute. I feel that Johnny was violated. I feel Johnny was hurt. I feel Johnny was really nailed big time. I mean, literally, people sit there and say stuff like, that, people, I mean, I was listening to people, all these people were like, oh, yes, Johnny, and Johnny, but there was one lady here that was Amber Heard, right? An Amber Heard supporter. And she's like, oh, well, domestic violence abuse has been set back 10 years because of a man like Johnny. I'm sorry, but domestic violence and abuse, men get abused too. That's the thing. All these people, men get abused just like women, And to me, men get abused like other women do. Women get abused more, but men literally are abused as well. Same with transgendered women. They get abused more because they're afraid to speak up, And to me, I was watching this whole case unfold, waiting and thinking, and hearing everything. Oh, the police did this. The police. You know what? I'll tell you my opinion, okay? I never tell anyone my opinion on this, but when listening to Amber Heard say, oh, we contacted a lawyer and then we roughed up the house and spilled wine and I mean, literally, that was completely unethical. And then turning around and being like, oh, yeah, I'm the victim, and then turns around and says something in her statement. Her statement, I can read you the statement. I want to read you the statement that she has because the statement disgusts me. I mean, literally, the statement literally disgusts me to no end. Yeah, so I went over here. Then I went to here. The real Amber Heard, and her statement was, this disappointment I feel today is beyond words. I'm heartbroken that a mountain of evidence still wasn't enough to stand up to the disproportionate power, influence, and sway of my ex-husband. Really? You basically lied under oath and committed perjury. Perjury. And yet, people sit there and don't want to listen to people. You know what the real problem is? I'm going to continue talking in a second. I'm even more disappointed with what this verdict means for other women. Really? That's interesting. It's a setback. Really? A setback for who? You? Because you didn't get $100 million? You freaking cur? You freaking witch? It sets back the clock to a time when a woman who spoke up and spoke out could be publicly shamed and humiliated. Oh, really? I'm a woman and I'm publicly humiliated every day. You don't see me bitching about it. No. It sets the idea that violence against women is to be taken seriously. Really, when you basically say you're abused, you got to prove you're abused. That's the thing. You need to literally have proof. Basically, being borderline personality doesn't prove that you are anything. It proves that you're purely vengeful. I believe Johnny's attorney succeeded in getting the jury to overlook the key issue of freedom of speech and ignore evidence that was so conclusive that we won in the UK. I'm sad I lost this case, but I'm sadder still that I seem to have lost a right I thought I had as an American to speak freely and openly. Well, at least she's got a cute kid at least. Then she writes here on April 9th. I'm going offline for the next several weeks. As you may know, I'll be in Virginia where I face my ex-husband Johnny Depp in court. Really? I faced my ex-husband in court. Johnny sued me for an op-ed I wrote in the Washington Post, which I recounted my experience of violence and domestic abuse, which, again, she's going to leave it up there forever. I never named him. Rather, I wrote about the price women pay for speaking out against men in power. He's got a men in power, really. He gave you the world. I continue to pay that price, but hopefully when this case concludes, I can move on, and so can Johnny. I've always maintained a love for Johnny, and it brings me great pain to have to live out the details of our past life together in front of the world. At this time, I recognize the ongoing support I've been fortunate to receive throughout these years, and in these coming weeks, I'll be leaning on it more than ever, with love always. So basically, freely and openly. See, so she's basically sitting there calling in the ambulance because she lost her case. The thing is the woman wasn't abused. Literally, Johnny Depp was basically targeted by someone who was borderline personality. Okay. The thing is some people like Johnny have the money to go fight the tooth and nail. I mean, let me put it to you this way. Do you think now that Johnny's got his life back that he would come to my home, hypothetically, drag me down to where I need to go to get the help I need because a stupid winch basically keeps me here? Like a troll, a prisoner. But the thing is the pandemic's going and everything else. But the thing is look around. I wouldn't see him show up at Friday Harbor asking for, I'm looking for the YouTuber, Captain Jack. No, he's got his life back. But you know what? The thing is, it fuels people to go and speak up. Men do get abused. I mean, we have a support group down there for men being abused. You know what happened to me? I'll tell you what happened to me. Whatever I try to do, I get combative. I get whatever I try to say or do. She's combative, is what I mean. Look, you've seen her on YouTube. I mean, then when I speak my heart. I mean, look at Cactus Blossom. She goes and loses her noodle, or Cactus Blossom, right? Chloe loses her noodles over her ex-roommate. What did her ex-roommate do to her? Nothing. Didn't do anything. Oh, but Chloe says she basically put her on a bus because she didn't want to pay for Cactus Blossom didn't want to pay for Chloe's way anymore. It'd be a freeloading mooch. Chloe didn't want Chloe to be a mooch. So on a bus she goes with, oh, you get better services in California if you wait 6 months. If you wait 6 months, you can have your sex change paid for and everything else. Instead, Chloe gets on a bus, ends up homeless. Being borderline, lives in misery, homeless, okay? This is the trigger, okay? The trigger is this. I'm going to talk about this right here without triggering some douchebag to attack me, okay? Literally turns around and says, yeah, well, they deserve it because, I was homeless. I was homeless too, but I don't blame myself I don't blame anyone but myself for being homeless. I mean, literally, I own it up to me and feeling this mistake. And that's something I don't talk about. People say, oh, you have a great story, like Jesus, Black Jesus. You have a great story, Rita. You were homeless? Tell me all about it. And yet, You see someone turn around, right, and sit there, and if you don't do this or you don't do that, I'm gonna. Whatever happened to uh, other things, Whatever happened to being normal, you know? Let me see, is this place still in business? Oh, yeah, that's what I was looking for. Hmm. I was looking for something specific. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I remember these. This is great. But he hasn't updated his website, it seems, for a while. I'll have to email my buddy about that. Let me see. Here we go. I'm looking for a specific smoking pipe, but my point is, out of love for you all, I want to talk about, he basically gets the freaking low end of the stick, right? Gets the low end of the stick, and then everyone turns around, you know. Let me see. This is what I'm looking for? Oh, yes. Oh, no. Is that what I'm looking for now? Yes? Yes, this is what I'm looking for. There you go. There we go. See, that's what I was looking for. This has been a while. Okay. So basically, turns, he deserves to be saved. He deserves to be ruled by the jury. The jury came out and said, look, the jury came about and said, look, he was wronged, right? And he spoke up, I mean, someone with borderline personality, yeah, you don't trust him. And also you can look at it from a third disability she's got is narcissism. I mean, you saw her body language. I'm so disappointed, right? She's got the women backing her, right? She's got these abused women and domestic violence battered women who support her, saying, we believe you. We have to stand by our fellow sister who was abused and a man got away with it. Look, the only way he was going to win was to take her to court. He lost his job at Disney, which Disney owes him another chance, Captain Jack. The thing is everyone around knows what is wrong with him. You see, the thing is at 58 years old, it's ludicrous. It's ludicrous. I mean, let's break it down, okay? I'm literally in the same boat as him, but here's the problem with my situation. Dinky knows this. I know this. You don't call the police. The police are useless. Police are useless. The police are freaking useless. Useless can be. I mean, the police are useless here. I mean, let's break down the whole story, okay? The police are useless, and frankly, they're useless. They're literally useless as useless can be. All right. When I lived in Quincy, Washington, they got called out a few times for some stupidities, right? Worked everything out. In Moses in Ephrata, it was fine and dandy, no problem. In Moses Lake, that's when the problem started to really rise. Chloe started making threats. They'd come out. Chloe would be like, "Oh, I was angry. I was angry. I was angry." I mean, literally. And then they tried to arrest me for something I didn't do. And then they said, "Oh, and everything else, right?" And yet, Chloe's the one that people say, "Oh, Chloe's the victim," and yet, victim my ass. I mean, look what she does. She made threats against an African Scottish woman. I literally had to disarm her with a knife. She's done so much crap. She's, you know, left me in a wheelchair at Walmart because she couldn't have a power plug. I mean, if you look at everything that's stacked up, you look at the abuse chart. But then, you know, and then there's other things. And yet Amber Heard comes out and says, "Oh, I got raped and I got abused and everything." Yet, look at what he did. She accused him because she wanted to make his life a living hell. Borderlines do that. They don't care who they hurt as long as they hurt someone. And this is where I was telling my cousin Dinky, they don't care who they fucking hurt. Plain and simple. And I'm not talking about Chloe, I'm talking about fucking borderlines in general. Go look up Quora sometime. Put in borderlines. Read all the fucking questions about borderlines. Quora's got more wrongs and more info on borderlines than they do of bipolar and schizophrenia. I mean, I was telling someone about that the other day, and yet they don't care who they hurt. I mean, literally, Amber Heard says, "You make their name in hell and right?" Or something of the fact that, basically, I'm going to get even and yada yada yada, right? So, something to that effect, and it was in the trial. I may have misconstrued it, but still, it's something to that effect. But true borderlines, they don't care who they hurt. They don't. They'll make a phone call if they got hurt by someone. Like, for example, they tried to kill my neighbor, and I disarmed her. My neighbor was sleeping, and they were going to go out the hall next door and kill the neighbor. I mean, literally, Chloe is angry. What did the neighbor do to you? Well, she's noisy and this and that. I don't hear any noise. The only noise I hear is Chloe being a complete, you know. And then there's other things. Other things, right? Other things. Even Sister Dinky knows there's other things. Excuse me, I gotta use the restroom. I'll continue in a minute. Not enough comments anyway, so I can fart around. Doggy. Okay. You're doing YouTube. Yes, I am. I'm talking about the case. So, well, I'm gonna be sleeping soon, but ham for you. I'll have ham when I get up. You can also cut all the ham up, put it in Ziploc bags too.
Well, we get snacks tonight some more because we have to wait till payday to get anything else.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, little doggy? Love my little doggy. Basically, what I wanted to say was, I know people with borderline personality, okay? People like that walk in eggshells and they live in fear. And Amber Heard, okay, here's another thing about Amber Heard, okay? Amber Heard sits there, right? Amber Heard sits there, right? And she's sitting across from Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp. She's sitting there. And one of the things that showed that she lied severely besides being borderline, okay, is the fact that she turned around and said she was raped by a booze bottle. A booze bottle. A booze bottle. Yet, she sat in that courtroom not afraid of him. Tell you, that doesn't make sense, okay? Now, I'll tell you a couple stories soon. But my opinion is, if you're not afraid of the bastard, then it didn't happen. Me, I literally he's drinking water, you know. So Pee-wee emailed me, by the way, and she says, "Oh, I'll watch this later." Well, she can watch it anytime she wants. You know, my thing is, you know, I'm not in a hurry. I'm not worried. No, you know, my thing is Pee-wee's awesome. You know, and you know, thanks again for the gifts. You know, you didn't have to do it. My thing is when it comes to me, okay, people say to me, "Oh, how come I'm not afraid of Chloe?" I actually am, literally. I've seen what she can do. You know, no offense. And Chloe will be like, "No, you take it." But no, I mean, I've seen what she can do. You know, and that's the thing. You know. So, anyways, like I said, it's 3 o'clock here. I want to watch another movie. I had 12 movies picked out and only one watched, so I got 11 more to go. You know, and I choose my movies based on my personality and what I want to watch. You know, we got 2 people now, and no one commenting. You know, but maybe Dinky's watching. You know, I mean, I put in my letter today talking about Dinky for a minute, right? Dinky, I said, "Why aren't you around much?" Now, I'm surprised she doesn't ask a joke with me and say, "Oh, you know, you need to write my mom." Why? Because is she like you? Does she is she like you? Does she reply back to people or does she not reply back to you? If she's a spinning image of you, then she won't write back. So Higgins, of course, emailed me earlier. He said something or other about might be on later. I told Black Jesus I was going to be on. Damn wheel. I wish someone would fucking fix this. Okay. So I told Higgins, old boy, that I would be back later. My advocate emailed me, Higgins. So what I got to do is send a quick message to Higgs, old boy. Higgins takes a quick second here, you know. You know. Anyway, so I was watching the whole case, you know, and you know, men do get abused too. Transgendered women, trans men, etc., etc. We all get abused some way, shape, or form, or some don't. Some are basically saints. You know, my husband oh hey Chris, my husband, you know, took care of me. So technically, my husband sometimes thought, you know, I could be mouthy, but not verbal. You know, the thing is you know, my father-in-law and everyone, they got the wheel. You know, I sent the wheel the other day to my father-in-law, and he looked at it and he said, "Shit," you know. But the thing is I was literally waiting to see who would get the. How you doing, Chris? Who was gonna get the verdict? I mean, literally, the jury went in Friday and they said no dinner. So I figured they burned the midnight oil on Monday, or no, Tuesday, and got through breakfast, lunch, and dinner free at the court's expense. And then, you know, today they basically got through lunch and then, you know, breakfast and lunch, and then they made a decision to decide. Oh, and the jury? Apparently, because this is a high profile case, the jury can't discuss anything with anyone for even after they've been released for 1 year because the jury, they might need to bring in another jury or whatever for the appeal because Amber Heard, you know, or as a Higgs old boy says, Amber Turd, is going to fight him. And she got $2 million. She got $2 million. She definitely got $2 million. But Johnny Depp got $15 million. But if you break down Johnny Depp's, he actually got $10,350,000 due to the fact that the punitive damages capped is at $350,000, where she's not going to appeal it to try to get the thing lowered. But if she gets his lower, and then she stays at $2 million, he could turn around and say, "I'd like to get her punitive damages lower." So we're not done seeing what's going to happen. Lawyers are going to be looking over things and et cetera, et cetera. So they're like, "Oh well, June 24th, we will make a thing for the $350,000 or whatever." I mean, she has it, I think. Some say she'll just go mooch Elon Musk money to have him pay it. Supposedly Elon Musk's gave the sperm to Amber Heard, supposedly, or as they call it, Amber Turd. No one knows the truth. No one gives a shit. I don't care. And I do have sympathy for Amber Heard for one point. Looking on her Twitter feed and seeing her child and sitting there and thinking, look, you were, quote unquote, abusive to Johnny. That kid might be turned out to be abused too by you, but for someone to turn around and make death threats against your kid, that's where I draw the line, okay? Leave the kid out of it. Now, I did say, oh, mom might abuse. That might be possible, I mean, Chloe's always, oh, well, my kids, I'd probably abuse them. That's what Chloe said once. So I don't want kids. That's what Chloe said. Well, it's like that old movie where the red fern grows. I wish I could have got you that dog for you, Billy. But as long as the what was it, the Pruitts have it, it's gonna be mean as them, and could be not. I mean, we don't know. Amber Heard is truly abused, okay, truly, literally, physically abused and raped by Johnny Depp. Hypothetically, I'm gonna do this as a hypothetically. Then she knows that kid she'll raise properly. That's what I'm trying to say is, if she is borderline and all this stuff comes out, she might be abusive to the kid. But if she was abused herself, she might raise that kid like a saint. No one knows. You see where I'm going with it? It's a 50-50. So anyone out there, do not make any threats against anyone. It just makes you look bad, including some ass clown who wants to stick the little kid in a microwave. I mean, come on, what did the kid do to you? So you're a Johnny Depp fan. Big deal. I mean, I'm a Johnny Depp fan too, but I'm breaking this down from both points of view. All right. Is that it, Chris? You're all right? I mean, literally, that's the way I see it. Everyone's all for Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, Here's the other theory I could say about this whole case, watching it unfold for 7+ weeks. It could be Johnny Depp was an abuser and got away with it. I mean, no one truly knows. And that's something I want to talk about in a second after you get the bathroom. Yeah, because you're not using it. You're still sitting in that damn computer here. Don't get combative with me. Close the damn window.
Hey, look, okay, for one, I was delayed because I was watching a trial with you.
Yeah, and that was cool. I'm talking about it. And since you went to your room after the trial, I figured you'd be in the shower by now.
I'm going to. I'm getting it right now.
I'll be. Anyway, sorry about my thing. So, Chris, what's new, man? Everything good? Chloe says hi, by the way.
Hi, Chris.
Anyways.
Excuse me?
What, you farted? So.
I didn't fart. Stop accusing me of farting.
Well, you had your mouth around your nose, so I figured you could cut the mustard.
I haven't cleaned up yet, so I'm not even cleaning it.
Look at that. She puts her mouth over for whatever reason. How hot is it out there, Chris? I know in Virginia it's sweltering, apparently, where they have the case, Look at that. She took the whole bag of sugar to her room. I mean, literally, what if I run out of coffee? Then what? No. What if I run out of milk? Then what? I mean, well, let me show you my milk supply. So I took the last of my powdered milk, right? Ate up a half a gallon of milk, right? This is what I have for tomorrow's coffee. And then I gotta wait till payday Friday. So if I go to sleep between 6 and 8 tonight, I'll be up tomorrow like 4 or something. And then I wait around until whatever, you know. By the way, Chris, Pee-wee's sending me some toilet paper. Isn't that nice of her? Apparently I'll tell you the story. So I was minding my own business and I was saying to the YouTubers, right? This is funny. I said, you know what sucks about living with Chloe? You tell Chloe to get 3 to 4 24 rolls. She only gets 2 24 rolls at my expense. Doesn't buy her own. Doesn't do anything, right? And then Sister Pee-wee hears about it and places an order without me knowing, and then says, "Oh, by the way, I'm sending you some toilet paper from Walmart." And yet she emails me today, right? I love Pee-wee dearly, you know this. And she says, "Oh, it's delayed till tomorrow." And I emailed, "Oh, well, that's cool," you know, because the funny thing is as long as we don't have toilet paper, right? It doesn't matter to me. I can just hop in the shower. So, you know, my cousin Dinky's all, "Oh, you know, you stink and you smell and, you know, you need to shower more." Well, yesterday and today I've had 2 showers. So, you know, the joke was, you know, if it was delayed till Friday, then Dinky, I would basically be kind of upset for on Dinky's part because Dinky's got a good heart, and I love Dinky dear or not Dinky, but Pee-wee's got a good heart, and I love Pee-wee dearly. And because of it, I think my cousin sent me some too toilet paper, but she sent me one as a gag gift 2 years ago. These rolls that were like this, and it had its own stand. It was like 9 rolls. And they say it lasts 30 days for a roll. And what it was is it was, it was a real toilet clogger. I mean, that was like 4-ply paper and this giant roll like this. I mean, you got to see it. I'll look for a link for you real quick. Anyways, it was like the funniest thing in the world, you know. Anyways, it was the funniest thing in the world. The funniest thing in the world, right? Here it is. Here it is. I found it for you, Chris. So basically, it's like the giant roll that's like 4-ply TP on a freaking, you know. Oh yeah, you know. So it was like that. That's what it is, right? And they claim it goes. They claim that it is 1 month supply, right? It's got this stand that goes on it. Okay, it's 2-ply. So 2-ply, right? And it says money back for any reason. Well, I sent them a message and anyways, I sent the message to them and I said this doesn't last 30 days. First roll lasted me and Chloe 9 days, right? And they sent me a message being like, "Oh, well, they were like, well, the problem is you know, you must poop so much." So technically, you know, they were basically saying I poop too much, right? And I'm sitting there going, "You got to be kidding me. I poop so much?" And it embarrassed me, you know. They're like, "You poop too much," but they claim it's 30 days. The second one got it to 14 days or 15 days for the second roll. Again, I emailed them and I said, "Well, I was like, well, so if you go here, right there, this is all they sell is the forever roll. They don't sell anything else." So, you know, that's all they sell is that forever roll. And, you know, my cousin Dinky got me that roll, right, Chris? And it was huge. I mean, it was huge, right? So the third one lasted like 19 days. Again, I said, look, 3 months of toilet paper and these giant rolls. This is just a joke. Because my cousin's like, "Oh, well, if it does last 30 days roll, I'll go buy some too and start doing it that way." Nope, doesn't last. Between two of us, You know, they claim that giant roll will last 4 people 30 days. Yeah, if you use freaking 5 squares to wipe and then flush and then take a shower and you still got crap in your butthole. He's eating. So basically, back to my whole story, right? So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the forever roll. So, but back to the whole thing about Johnny Depp, okay? So Johnny Depp basically won. And on all counts, and she won on one count. It could have been like 50-50, but instead, all the streams coming in June since you pay for Peacock. Okay, what do we get here? Coming in June, Queer as Folk. Okay. Dateline, The Last Day. The French Open. This is Major, the U.S. Open. Golf. The Northman. Spider-Man trilogy. Back to the Future trilogy. Fast and Furious trilogy. No, that's just Fast and Furious, the first one. Nah. Alright, that's cool. So, that's awesome. They're just like, oh, do you want to watch it? Oh, yeah, I like when they email me this stuff so I can actually tell my father-in-law, oh, yes, I got a good deal on TV, so. Hey, God, if you're watching. Look, if I had God's power, I'd be giving myself a cold front. It's 68 degrees and it's sweltering in here because the ground warmed up. Now it's freaking like a little mini oven in here. Chloe's got her window open, but the problem with Chloe is she's becoming a real asshole. I'll tell you what, Poppy's got to go. I took him out this morning while Chloe's sleeping, but he's got to go again. And yet, she's like, oh, we watched the trial together. But every time I turn around, she's either eating something, eating my Cheerios, which, by the way, she gave me the whole box of Cheerios. And took the whole damn box. You see that? Yeah. Good news. What we're saying about a cold front. Oh, yeah. If I had it, I'd give myself snow. I'd leave you to swelter, Chris. Let there be a heat wave in the Carolinas. Oh, look, on my computer. I'm the new god. Sim Earth. Sim United States. Okay. Sim Carolinas. Oh, there's Chris mowing his lawn. Heat wave. Yeah, okay, this is great. Snow for me. Blizzard, cool weather. Meanwhile, Chris is like, Mom, it's so hot here. Oh no, Sherry. No, I'm not Sherry, dude. If I got snow, I'd keep snow. You can have, Why do you think I prefer living in cooler areas, where it's not too damn hot? Like I could see myself living in the Alaska, where all the way up near the freaking near the Arctic Circle, or way up there where it snows in summertime, like have you heard of Burrow, Alaska? I mean, if you haven't, you should check it out. Let me get a link for you. Burrow, Alaska is awesome, I mean, that place is totally cool. If I could live up there, I'd move up there tomorrow morning with my crap. Only problem is the food's too much money. All right, so let me see. Is this what I'm looking for? I think so. Here you go. This place here is awesome, Chris. I mean, literally, this place is totally cool. Yeah, you should watch that if you have some time. Tell me what you think. Hmm. I'll watch this after I get done talking to you, Chris, because, like I said, yeah, well, right now, I'm telling you, that's where I want to be is Alaska, you know. And, you know, I prefer that anyways. But, you know, my family, they're like, oh, you need to be close to family, you know. And the thing is be close to family. Let me tell you, you don't be close to family. Excuse me while I use the bathroom again. Okay, Chris. Anyways, what I wanted to say to you all is I feel alone. I literally feel alone and abandoned, truthfully. And you could sit there and say, why do I feel abandoned and alone? I'll tell you in a second. How many bags we got left? Oh, we should have enough for the ham. So basically, what has happened is this, okay? You know, I love Pee Wee dearly, right? And you know, Pee Wee, she's a sweetheart. She got me this tea kettle, which was a great present the other day. But anyways, if you haven't seen this, Chris, doesn't this look cool? Got a box the other day, a couple weeks ago, and it turns out it was a tea kettle that Pee Wee gave me. See? I haven't used it yet. Instead of brewing me up a real batch of real tea and then just getting me some cups, and I was gonna send Chloe down to this one shop, but apparently they're all assholes that run it. So I was like, you know what? Fuck that, you know. So anyway, so what happened is I feel alone, you know. Hey Mop, how you doing, Fluffy? His tail's wagging, Chris. How you doing, fur bags, huh? Chris said he had to feed the cats. Well, he can feed all the kitty cats he wants. I got a doggy. I love my doggy. So basically what happened was Chloe, not Chloe, anyways, what was I saying? So, um, we were talking about Johnny Depp case and Amber Heard, you know, and you know the problem is borderline people can't be trusted. I mean, look around. They steal, they cheat, they lie, they get vengeance. I mean, they destroyed Johnny Depp's life basically. The man shouldn't have been destroyed. Popsicle. You know, I could see if Schwann's delivers me some popsicles. They have these ones that I really like. Let me look. I used to miss those one ice creams they used to deliver at home. Oh man, they were so good. I used to buy them in boxes. Let's see. No, we're not ending my mobile number. I want to look up popsicles. Desserts. Oh, here, ice cream treats. Here we go. All right, let's see what they got here. Because I can buy it, Chris. All ice cream and treats. Here we go. They have some really good stuff too. Okay, so we go featured, low high to end. Chris is probably like, no, all right, share it. I ain't sharing my ice cream. Let's see. Cherry fudge. That sounds yummy. Southern butter pecan doesn't sound too good. I could use a white chocolate raspberry truffle. Yum yum. Chocolate. Cookies and cream. Yummy, yummy. chocolate chip and mint. Strawberry. Ooh, I could use some straw bob ice cream. Strawberry cheesecake. Nom 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 nom. Chocolate marshmallow. Chocolate chip cookie dough. Yummy. Chocolate chip ice cream. Chip and mint again. Bigger size. I'll take the bigger size. Think. What else we got here? Chris is like, sure. Sorry, Chris, I ain't seen the comments. The fudge bars. I'll take a fudge bar. 2 box of fudge bars. Those look pretty damn good. 12 count fudge bars. What else do they got here? The Patriot Pops. Now, I can tell you clearly there's these other ones called Doggy Sundays. I won't buy them, but those Patriot Pops look good. Red, white, and blue. Yum, yum. The signature dark chocolatey ice cream minis. The original vanilla ice cream bars with chocolate. Yum, yum. I don't like Twin Pops. Forget the Twin Pops. Don't want Twin Pops. The cookies and cream ice cream sandwiches. The chocolate chip cookie sandwich. No thanks. Cookies and cream ice cream cups. No thanks. Golden nougat ice cream bars. Oh, here it is. The silver mint ice cream bars. Those things are so damn good. The double chocolate ice cream bars. Those are really addictive. Chris is like, no. And they take food stamps. So I got my ice cream right here coming. I'm going to say click on a few more. That's the thing. I want some ice cream. Ice cream, please. Deliver it to me. You become president, use HAARP to cool. Use both down. If I'm president, I'm going to be basically making sure I get all the cool air and you get to sit there and roast. I'd be like, make sure Chris is overheating in the Carolinas. Yes, Madam President. Mops looking at me like, are you really going to do that to Uncle Chris? Why not? It'd be fun. Like, I'm going to ever be president, but still, if I had presidency, I don't think people would vote for me anyways, Chris. Oh, the wheel came off again. Yep, if I was president, I'd be doing some weird things, man. I'd be like, today on Twitter, the real Rita, President Rita, the real Rita, put this on Twitter. Had a bowl of ramen for lunch, costed 50 cents. I hope Americans are happy I'm eating a bowl of ramen. Or had 2 cans of chili, costed $3. No, I would basically be happy someone voted for me, but still, the American people need someone who is looking after them. And that's something that I really think I could do. I mean, look around, Chris. You got these dumbass motherfuckers in politics, okay? I know you believe in Donald Trump, but here's the thing. You got him, he might be indicted in the next couple months and wearing an orange jumper. So I see 2022 elections going down the shitter for the Republicans. You see, unless they can reverse that opinion piece for Roe versus Wade and flush the opinion piece down the toilet and keep Roe versus Wade, 86% of women are going to go in droves to vote it out. And then the other thing the suburban moms are all bitching about besides Roe versus Wade is gun control. I mean, look around. How many kids out there, Chris? I mean, Uvalde, Texas, 21 dead, 19 children. I mean, literally. And, the only one that stood up against that freaking douchebag in fucking Texas and said, oh, what was he said? He said something like this was expected, we should have expected this, the kids being killed. I mean, look, what's more important? Fucking every Texican's gun or the children? I mean, what happens if Oklahoma or some other red state gets children killed? Then what? Oh, we need gun control. Oh no, we need to arm the teachers. We need to arm the teachers. I mean, literally, arming the teachers. What if the teacher's uncomfortable carrying a gun? Yeah, well, in my opinion, I don't think Alex Jones will ever be. No one wants to vote for him. But look, I'm not trying to diss Texicans, okay? I just think children's lives are important. And as long as these two items are on the ballot and these people aren't going to do anything with gun control, I mean, they could basically sit there and say, okay, we're going to try to do something, at least to try to do something to show the people that are grieving they're trying something. That's fine and dandy, even if nothing gets passed. But if they just sit on their butt and go, no, it's the Second Amendment. We don't care if kids die. We need the Second Amendment. That's where I say 19 irreplaceable children died. How would you feel, Chris, if you live in a Republican state, right? How would you feel if it happened in your state? 20, 30, 40 kids killed, hypothetically. Then what? Would you sit there and say, oh yes, we need some type of control to control the criminals or the mentally ill from having it? Texas guy said, oh yeah, well no, it's a mentally ill problem, it's a mentally ill problem, it's a mentally ill problem. I'm the governor, it's a mentally ill problem. Yet the motherfucker doesn't admit he cut $212 million out of the mental health bill in April of this year to go put all the money into the border patrol so we can send people down to the border so the border people can turn around and keep the Hispanics out. What's more important, keeping the Hispanics out? Well, if we don't keep the Hispanics out, we're going to have so many Hispanics voting. So 19 kids is nothing compared to it. We'll just blame it on mentally ill people. And then it blows up in his face. And then it's all over the news. Yes, even the newspapers are publishing. He basically cut a little over 211 million. I just rounded it up to 212 million. So $212 million he cut. And yet, how did they do? We'll do what, Chris? That doesn't make sense. We're talking about these children. I said, what would you do? What would you do? How would you feel, Chris, if a massive shooting happened in your state? Would you sit there and be like, don't tread on me, man, guns need to be saved? Or would you sit there and think guns should be out of the hands of the mentally ill? I mean, look at Texas. The governor turned around and said, oh, well, it's a mentally ill problem. We have a mentally ill problem. And yet he cuts $212 million of a mentally ill problem. Look, so you would think, even if it's government actors, right, you think guns are necessary. What about the 19 kids that died? Does anyone have any sympathy for Sandy Hook or the 19 kids that died? Those kids aren't coming back, Chris. 19 kids died. It's not about guns. It's about these kids' lives, these irreplaceable lives that got lost when a guy walked in and killed them. And now there's a guy out there that's doing good for the Uvalde people that didn't even think twice. He contacted the family of the dead kids and said, what is your kids like? Oh, this one like Superman? We're going to put a blue casket with a Superman logo on it for him. He's been doing custom caskets for people, including giving 19 kids these custom caskets. Not even thinking about it, but you think it's okay for it's a government thing. Really, it's an actor thing. It wasn't an actor that shot up 19 kids and aren't coming home. They're in heaven with the Lord, and the Lord's going to be punishing any jackboot that thinks guns are more important than his little ones. That's the thing. The good Lord's looking down, and he wants to punish us. He wants to punish America. Think of it. The good Lord's sitting there, right? He's punishing us. He's released worse things in this world than anything else. Yeah, but my point is I'm asking you as a person, your feelings, your true feelings, Chris. If your state got hit with massive shootings or school shooting that was bigger than Uvalde and bigger than Sandy Hook, would you sit there and be like, oh, the mentally ill shouldn't have guns? Or, oh, well, those kids died, but we're going to keep, the people in this country should keep their guns, even if it killed 30 kids or 50 kids. That's what I'm getting at. How would you feel if it affected you in your state? Would you just turn the cheek and be like, oh, well, you know? I mean, this is how I'm trying to say it without being rude. I mean, how would you feel in your state? Remorse? Sympathy? Sympathy for the gun owners? So when you say I can't own guns and own none, I'm asking you, how would you feel if it affected your state? Even if you're not a gun owner, how would you feel? Would you sit there and say, oh, well, we shouldn't take away the guns, but the kids are martyrs for guns? Sorry. I was thinking, Pee Wee's going to be watching this later. I mean, if it affected California, Pee Wee, no, I know Pee Wee's answer, but the thing is it would hurt mentally Pee Wee and the citizens there. But my thing is, we don't need universal background checks change. Hold on. Look, the thing I'm saying is your dad doesn't need to have a gun to protect you. You can protect yourself. You're 18 and over. That's the thing. You're basically saying, I wish my dad can protect me because, I'm vulnerable. You're not vulnerable. You can fucking club the shit out of someone with a golf club or a bat, Chris. Or you can fucking pull out a knife like a German knife. That ain't a knife. That's a knife, Crocodile Dundee. I mean, come on. The point I'm making, Chris, is, your statement is, I also think the government already killing us, and you can't truly stop them. I hope my dad had a gun to protect my life. I feel remorse, but my remorse can't replace people's rights. Look, when someone turns around, Chris, and abuses guns, that's when they need to be stopped. I mean, look at it. Give everyone a fucking musket. One shot. You can't kill someone in one shot. You're done. I mean, literally, we don't need someone walking around with an AR-15 with 30 rounds going, oh, yeah, look at me. I'm Mr. T with a AK or an AR. I mean, my point is this isn't about people's civil rights. This is a part about 19 kids being killed. And unless we stop it, there's going to be more. I can't stop it. You can't stop it. But these Republicans are going to be voted out in droves when their mothers feel they can't send their kids to school. The suburban moms are so afraid to send their kids to school. They're not even going to try sending their kids to school anymore. Think I'm cursed to die on Earth? Look, Chris, we're all humans, okay? You're not a robot. You're not an android. You're not going to live forever. I'm not going to live forever. You need to go and watch some videos, okay? I want you to watch some videos on YouTube. Put in exhumation, right? That tells you right there. Some of them are kind of gory, but basically in countries that rent out a space where they put you in a casket, you can only get a wood casket. The wood casket rots. After like 5 or 10 years, they dig you up. They open a bag, right? And they open up this thing. And then they take your body. Excuse me, I'm pinching my butt because it's kind of itchy. There. They come around and they take your remains and they put you in a garbage bag or a box. Then they put you in a box or a garbage bag. More likely a garbage bag. They open a cubby and they put you in this little cubby where your remains are and they close it. And then they seal it up. It gives you a wood door. And they only replace the door when they can. They don't even do anything more. And I'm telling you, it is kind of weird seeing someone sit there and I even saw the other day, I watched a video, I think it was a video of Lee Harvey Oswald where they exhumed him in 81. They showed pictures of it. I'm telling you, seeing what happens in 5 or 10 years after you're put in a box is, literally, you're dead. You're not coming back. You're basically becoming bones, and eventually, if you get a casket, okay, and your casket's wood, eventually your wood's going to be destroyed, okay? Your wood is going back into the ground. They had some really fancy $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 caskets, and you were put into the ground, okay? You were put in the ground with holes in your burial vault, and say 20, 30 years later, they open up the burial vault, right? Let's just say the rainwater, and everything else goes into the ground, and then your burial vault, they think you're safe. And then when you lift the burial vault up, there's water down there, like a water table. Eventually, your casket is rotting inside, right? So they say, oh, well, if they ever have to exhume you, you can always request a new casket. It comes out of your family's estate. But here's the thing. If you're in a crypt like a mausoleum, your casket could be eaten away over the years by termites or rats. So sometimes they sit there and you have a nice crypt, a nice mausoleum with a whole bunch of walls. And you open it up, right? And you look in there. And what do you get? You get a casket. Let's say it's wood. And the casket lasted 150 years. And then they pull out this hardwood casket and it's like falling apart. Then they say, oh, well, the casket did its job for 150 years. It held your remains in there and you're just bones. And so you might just fall out there, or you might, the metal casket might explode. And then when it explodes, eventually your thing explodes. And then all your goo goes outside. And some mausoleums are pretty bad, right? So the point I know Pee-wee's probably, if she's watching this, she said she'd watch it later. She's probably grossed out with what I'm saying. But the thing is say, for example, you're not put in the ground. Or you are, but you choose a metal casket, right? You choose a basic steel casket, or iron, whatever, and it rusts, So they pull it out 50 years later, it's all rusty, and maybe the rust in the ground in your burial vault basically gave holes in it, so you might have to replace it. So, but the thing is, each casket has its purpose. You have rusting caskets and non-rusting caskets that eat away at termites. Yeah, here we go. I'm looking up something. Okay. Basically, I'm going to a website for a second. They have, here we go. See, can I actually view all the products? So basically, you can get a good one. Caskets are square. Coffins are 6-sided, I think it is. All right, so basically, here we go, okay? You got wood caskets. You got hardwood veneer, which they say if you put it in an above-ground crypt, it might last 200 years as long as termites don't eat it. But they're not, You got reclaimed hardwood, which is reused, repurposed. You got another veneer one. I'm just looking at something. Then you have your basic, cheap hardwood. Then you have another one that's another hardwood. And it goes down the list. I mean, they have some nice ones. Then you go and you look at your cherry wood, solid cherry. That might last 250 years before it rots out. Then you got one that's like um, your cheapest steel one right there, where they say it'll rust, but it might last 300 or 400 years before there's holes in it, give or take. And then, there's other ones like there's a mahogany one, which could last about 500 years above ground dry. It just depends. And I'm just giving you an example. And then you got maple. Maple's pretty nice. You got pure maple. And maple is one of my favorite woods, anyways. And then you got another cheap metal type. They go by the lower the gauge number, the better the steel. As I understand it. I had to pick out some stuff for family. It was a long time ago, so I'm well aware. But it's like 20 and then 18 and then 16. Lower the number, the better the content of metal for. You know, but maple's really good. You just don't want something too damn cheap. That's the thing. I wouldn't want anything cheap either. I'd want something that's not cheap. That's why I told my cousin, in a weird email today. I also found the primrose is nice, but I'm really into maple or mahogany. And there's pecan too. Pecan. And then you got the stainless. And then you got the 32-ounce copper ones, which is rust proof, rust resistance, and it lasts a lot longer, But like you want to live in a copper tank, And then you got a bronze, You got bronze and copper, and bronze is up there from copper, and that's like the best, you know. Look at that wood one. I like to open up another new tab. Where's that other one I saw? Oh, here it is, the maple. That's nice. I mean, I was telling my cousin, okay, that this was kind of a personal. Do I have to log in, or can I actually look at the catalog? There we go. Hmm. I just thought they had like something different. Sometimes I think that they cut out things. Oh, here we go. View all products. Is that what it is? Nope. They took away some, so here we go. Let me look here. Ah, here we go. So, there's this one here that I keep looking at. I wish the picture was bigger. But I already said what I told my family, so. Let me look. I'm looking for. Yeah. Okay. Hold on a sec. I'm still looking. Yep. What is this exactly? I guess it won't let me see it. I hate these fucking websites. It's like my trackers are off, so it won't let me fucking see anything unless I click the damn thing. Fine. Here we go. Okay. That's why. So you can't fucking open another tab up anytime. That makes sense. All right, let's just continue going down the list. See, I'm looking for something in particular. What is it? No, Sycamore. Okay. Yeah, Chris is probably sitting there going, "What are you looking at?" I'd show you, but it's kind of embarrassing. See, I was telling my cousin Dinky the other day, right? I told her I was going to do it. So I wrote her a letter, right? I wrote a letter, and I told my cousin Dinky in my letter that if something happened to me, it's between and her and my my family, what I wanted, on you know what I wanted, you know, and it's what I wanted, and it kind of sounded, hmm, what I wanted, and it was sad, because I said, to my family, I have my own preferences, and I'd like to have my own preferences, you know. So it kind of seemed morbid, because if something happens to me, I want to be looked after, you know. And so I said to my family, I wanted what I wanted, And that's the thing. And that's something, well, I thought, that it would be something, weird. But at the same time, I've been looking at setting up something, for myself. You know. You know. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm trying to find, what is that's the thing. All right, let's just look at this. I want to see this.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Let's see this. What am I missing? So what's the problem? That's the thing. Well, we gotta.
Okay, come on. There you go. Come on, pumps.
All right. You know, if this is gonna be fucking pissing me off, then I'm gonna be really angry. All right, hold on. Oh, fine. Let's see what happens here. Chloe's gone. Apparently, they're being a dick. Nope, won't let me do it. You know what? I don't need this. Fuck it. No, I already logged into this. Okay, cool. What I want is this, you see? No, whatever. Why cares? Whatever it is. Yeah, all right. I'm calculating my need. Yes. Yeah, there we go. Continue my quote. Oh, so they fine. Stupid fucking dick. Damn fucking. Oh, so they won't give me anything because I'm not fucking 45. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Fine. Ugh, you gotta be fucking fine. Well, what about this? Universal. Well, let's see. This Mutual of Omaha is being a dick. Look. Ugh, great. Do you want to know? I don't want this. I want freaking something. Fine. Let's see how this works. You know what? This is a bunch of BS. Let me see about this. Maybe I can find if this has this. No. I'll shop online. No. Give me a price. You see, this is the thing. I'm looking for something important. I have to keep putting my birth date in. I'm gonna be fucking pissed. Let me look. Can I get more pricing? Oh, here we go. What is this anyways? What's this $95 get me? That thing doesn't tell me what it is. All right. You know what? I might have Dad help me with this problem, you know. I'll have to, you know, I could always ask a friend of mine to help me with that. So, grandfather of innumerable generations, know one day I'll pass when I feel guns are just necessary evil. Look, guns I think need to be getting rid of. Okay, that's my point. My point is guns needs to be getting rid of. Kids, you think guns are necessary evil? I think people that believe guns are necessary evil, think about the 19 children that lost their lives. That's all I'm saying. Guess I've called Dad anyways about that little problem I have. No. I guess Oklahoma's got shootings now. Okay, let me see what's going on. Let's look at the news. So apparently the news is Biden cancels almost $6 billion in student debt. So this fucking thing is like, look, no one gives a shit about something. I ain't gonna read this fucking part. I'm gonna bother with it. Fuck this. So basically, there's this giant list. It's like the size of a newspaper. Multiple injuries and potentially multiple casualties after active shooter situation. Police Tulsa, Oklahoma said there are multiple injuries, potential multiple casualties after an active shooter situation at a hospital. Man who was with a rifle at the Natalie Medical Building, a physician's office building in the St. Francis Hospital campus. At this point, we can confirm the shooter is dead. We have multiple floors with hundreds of rooms. Now the body count gets stacked up, people. There you go again. Another shoot. I need a pinch. You see this? And then Chris says, "Oh, guns are a necessary evil." What about the people that just died in Tulsa, Oklahoma? Is that a necessary evil there? Look, till we get the facts, okay? Till we get the fucking facts, let me go check on something. Mute. Or it's a necessary evil, I say. Alright, hold on a second. Let me look. Alright, let me look. Dude. Oh, here we go. You gotta be fucking kidding me. It should be take this. Oh, wait. This? Oh, yes, here we go. We're just gonna go to right here. Alright, so I'm streaming on my Roku. I'm getting all the facts here. So basically, one shooter, multiple shooters, whatever. And, we have a shooter situation in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is just after shooting in Texas, Uvalde, Texas. Think of it. Now, whoever's doing this is making a statement. This time it was a hospital. Think of it this way. This time, it was a hospital. Of course, something wrong, Oh, yeah. Retract the statement. I was reading that, Chris. You took away the comment I was reading. You made me interested in replying to it. You fucking son of a bitch. There we go. Two hours ahead. Massive shooting in Oklahoma. You see? Now let's talk about this news article. I know Pee-wee's probably going to tune in later, and they're making a statement. First the school with 19 people. How many people did the guy get this time? He had a whole hospital before they dropped him. You see? Oh, Chris basically had to say something. Nope. God's going to basically get it banned. Think of it. Let's put it to you this way, Chris. Before you say, "Oh, God's already making punishment." When you sit there and you say God's not doing anything, God's doing more in this country than you know. Literally, think about it. People are tired of gun killings. Look, guy in Buffalo. Oh, it's a necessary evil. Guy goes and kills 10 people in a grocery store, wounds others, and it's a necessary evil. Another punk at 18, when he turned 18, bought 2 assault rifles, went and killed 21 people in a Uvalde school. That's a necessary evil. Guy walks into a hospital and starts shooting up the hospital. Oh, that's a necessary evil. It's not a necessary evil. It's not a necessary evil. This is a statement. You see where I'm going with this? You say, oh, I protect our rights, the people that own guns. Okay, so you protect the people that own guns. But do you understand that there's it's a necessary evil? Bullshit. Every other fucking country in this world has taken away guns, has given it a better peaceful life. You don't see the death toll stacking up to 100,000 gun deaths a year or suicides with guns at 250,000. This is the only country that worships those damn little buggers. And yet, excuse me for a second. Necessary evil? No. There's lives that are lost and people are playing with fire. This is a video about politics. A video about the death toll. Excuse me for a second while I go check my mailbox. The thing is, the necessary evil is this. When someone said it's okay for these people's lives to don't matter because they're dead, because it's okay to kill 10 people in a racial crime in a grocery store. It's okay to kill 21 people in a school and now a hospital. There is answers that to me need to be answered. And yet, thing is, I want you all to think for a second while I'm getting the mail. Think for a second nicely. Think for a second. Why is this happening? I'll tell you why. As Pee Wee would say, it's a statement. It's a statement. First, a grocery store, unarmed. Second, a school, unarmed. Third, a hospital, unarmed. Yeah, how many people died? That's the question. It's going to be hours before we get the answer. And this is a fucking statement they're doing. The statement. Statement is, well, we're going to go kill people because now we can. It's legal to buy a gun. It's legal to kill people. Then you have people saying, well, it's a necessary evil. Look, Let me give you the rundown before I get so angry. I'm not trying to be angry, okay? Black Jesus. There's a massive shooting in Tulsa. Multiple people dead. It was in a hospital. It just is on the news right now. News right now, NBC. Oh my God. How many dead? How many dead? And you say guns is a necessary evil, Chris. You know what? This is a statement. Black Jesus would even agree with me. It's a fucking statement. They want to take away their guns, and you're gonna see more massive shootings day in and day out or weekly until it's done. And this, I mean, look. First they hit a grocery store. Oh well, big news. It's a necessary evil. Then they hit a school. Oh, it's a necessary evil. Now they hit a fucking hospital. It's a necessary evil. And hospitals are gun-free zones too, if you didn't know. Well, if everyone packed a gun in hospitals, it would be a necessary evil. Son of a bitch. Look, God has already got a plan, Chris. He's going to destroy this country if we don't give up the guns. Don't you understand? God's seeing over 100,000 people dying yearly from gun wounds. And people say it's a necessary evil. You know what? It's a necessary evil to get rid of them. Give everyone a fucking musket. Nothing in the mailbox today, by the way. What do you think, Black Jesus? What's your opinion? What is your opinion, Black Jesus? I'll be right back. Three people killed minimum. Multiple people injured, which they could turn around and kill. Those people can die. Minimum of 3 people. suspect dead. Still, at least 3 people dead. Yeah, and you know what, Black Jesus? It's not a necessary evil. What it is they're making a fucking statement. Think of it. Beautiful black people killed in a grocery store. The week after that, beautiful children killed in a school with 2 adults. Now, mass murderer goes into a hospital. Chris, of course, will say, "Oh, well, you know, it's an actor. An actor went in there." Thing is I'm very sensitive. See, Chloe's got Moppy right now. I'm worried about Chloe and Moppy. I don't worry about Chloe usually because she's a big girl, but with these weird things happening around the world or in the States, I don't feel safe in my own outside my home. Fuck. What do you think, Black Jesus? You think they're making a statement? It's mind blowing to say the least. Oh, let's talk about this for a minute, because, as Black Jesus said, this is mind blowing, okay? The guy walked in with an AR 15, and yet, this is why the AR 15 needs to be gone. You shouldn't be basically going into a fucking hospital thinking it's a place to have a gun. When there's a sign on the door, weapons free, and someone walks in there, I mean, where was the security guard? Most hospitals have security guards.
Not mean to disturb you. Just notice them.
Look,
3 people killed, multiple injuries in
remember
Tulsa.
she was the one who told us that we should smoke with the hood vent on and on the stove and we get away with it?
Yeah, well, that was pot, remember?
Well, she does that with cigarettes too. She doesn't care. Oh, now I'm craving pumpkin pie.
Yeah, well, hey, everyone, what's up? Hey, Higgins. Sorry I was gone. Good. God makes the reality. God converts the worst weapon I've ever had in destroying a toilet bowl with my mind. Okay, ding dong, beep beep. Hey, Higgins, General, you're just had a tired like I am. Howdy, Rita. Sorry, everyone. I was watching the news. I actually went upstairs for my manager was trying to slip into something on the door at 4 or
They
something.
need to stricken gun laws, and they need to also censor right-wing media what they
Well,
say.
look, let me put it to you this way, okay? Did you have a shower yet?
I'm having one tonight. I'm trying to rebalance the schedule because Friday morning at 5-something a.m. in the morning, I'm getting.
Fine. Let me just speak my mind, okay? So basically, all right. So Chloe's on board with this. Sometimes I think Chloe's dumb as a box of rocks. A little over 2 to 3 weeks ago, guy walks in to a grocery store in Buffalo, killing 10 people and wounding like, what was it, 13 others or something?
Yeah, saying.
Hold on. And it was because he believed whites are being suppressed. And
Replaced.
I don't care what the reason was, okay? Walked into a Buffalo store and killed these people. Scoping it out, it was a hate crime. A week later, 21 people killed in Uvalde, Texas. Then, tonight, 3 people killed and multiple people injured and wounded in a hospital in Tulsa.
And
Now, Chloe's sitting there going, oh, we need gun control. Maybe, but here's the thing. This is basically 3 in a month. This is a statement. Now, Chris says, oh, well, it's owning a gun and our rights are important, so it's a necessary evil to kill some kids and kill some people. So, let's weigh in, everyone. Black Jesus, Higgins, we already know what Chris is going to say.
Chris, what do you think, Chris? That hospitals, schools have to arm themselves to feel safe?
I would like to make 2 statements here about the hospital. One is something Chloe is familiar with. One, again, is what Chloe is familiar with. Chloe, there's one question I got for you.
Uh-huh.
Think for a minute.
Okay.
Guy goes into a hospital with an AR-15 and starts shooting it up. What's the one question you'd be asking? One question.
Why don't we have laws that do stricter background checks on these type of people?
Wrong answer. Chloe missed it. She basically hit the foul ball over there.
What is it?
Chloe is truly a dipshit. I'll tell you exactly.
What, you think that they need to be the security guards?
Where's the security guards? You go to Harborview, the police are right there in front of the metal detectors.
It's a red state. They don't care about that. They don't care because they don't mind a white man going around shooting people.
Well, what about the Moses Lake? They had guns and security guards.
Because, again, it's Washington. It isn't Idaho or Oklahoma.
That's funny. Oregon had security guards, too.
Yeah, well, Ohio doesn't.
Hold on. Howdy, Rita. Hey, Higgins. Black Jesus, you really need to delete him. That is not right for him to be saying that. That is disgusting, that Black Jesus. That is gross. Who would think that? Wow. Hey, TJ. I'd like to buy a Val. I never wanted to hurt anybody, Jesus. Yeah, Jesus, Black Jesus. Chris is just basically, Chris, by the way, is General Uradite. He said it's a necessary evil because he thinks people's rights are more important. But you know what? My only argument to Chris is they're making a statement here, and I want to get Higgins' opinion, and I want you to get your opinion, Black Jesus. Because think of it. Grocery store, no security guards. They shot it up. School, security guards not around. And Uvalde, 21 killed. Hospital, Chloe is basically standing there, rocking back and forth in the chair with her mouth going, basically being shocked. I mean, she should have realized the first question I would have asked, since we've been to every hospital here and there. I've been to a hospital in Nebraska that had actual security guards in each wing. There was there was 2 towers or 4 towers and 4 guards, and then a guard in the main lobby. You know. I mean, the point I'm making is there's a statement here. I believe Chris doesn't really believe in the Lord Jesus or God. I think he believes in Ra. Last time I heard him talk about God, it was Ra. He claims he saw God, met God. He met Ra and saw Ra. And I said Ra as in the sun god, I believe, Ra. I've seen Jesus and God myself, so trust me, as a minister of God, God's not happy that his children are being slaughtered. You know, has anyone noticed in the Old Testament that whenever they had a slaughter of people, it usually was Israelites against like the 7 nations that Moses challenged, and then Israel and Palestine, and then Israel and Rome and Israel, and different other things. And the New Testament is like Rome, and there was like the Old Testament, it was Persia and other places, and yet they slaughtered each other, but they didn't kill in the Old Testament. From what I remember, they didn't kill, making senseless killings. I mean, we're living in a world where they're, well, even Jack the Ripper killed for some reason, People who have a job to do are getting lazy when shit hits the fan. They want the business card with their job title on it, so they feel good about themselves. But actually doing the work hired for is being overlooked. I think personally, Black Jesus, that the best course of action for guns is basically read the Second Amendment. It says a militia. So basically, a militia. First, it talks about a militia. If you're not in a militia, you don't have guns. Now, they could say, oh, well, we're in a militia. But the thing is, the current militia is the National Guard. Let me look at the Second Amendment again, because I have a statement here I want to say. All right. A well-regulated regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. Well, the Army National Guard is the security of the free state. The right to the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. I could say the rights to bear arms shall not be infringed for the military. But my opinion is this, Black Jesus, Higgins, Chris, is if they're going to sit there and try to think, they could ban the AR-15. They can ban semi-automatic handguns. They could turn around and tell everyone that we're so stupid that now we got to go and buy a gun that's a revolver, but not any revolver. Say because people will still do mass shootings. The problem is they'll get a speed loader. And they'll have a bag full of speed loaders. Well, they just pick out the speed loader that's got the 6 bullets already in there and loaded in it. And if it's a single action, they can just keep pulling the hammer back. Whereas a double action, they can just pull the trigger till the ammo runs out, release the cylinder or the fluted cylinder, and then load it again. See, I know weapons pretty well. Or they could do like we people think, because these people are becoming children, by the way, they're becoming stuck-up children that don't want their high-powered toys taken away, which they claim they use for hunting, which you can use a single-action rifle for hunting. And if that doesn't work, you can go buy a Marlin 450 or a Holland & Holland 375 or 475. I mean, no one's going to have. Has anyone ever noticed? Okay, talking about guns for a minute. Has anyone ever noticed? Chloe's sitting there with her eyes looking at me like, what the fuck is she talking about? Has anyone ever noticed that no one runs around with Dirty Harry's 44 and be like, fuck you, punk? Fuck you, punk. And empties 6 rounds and then takes the speed loader and loads it again and keeps firing till I mean, literally. You don't see anyone with a 357 or a 44. You don't see someone with a big bore 454. You don't see someone with a 45 long Colt. You don't even see someone with a 480 Ruger that's like the bullets are like this long, or a 500. Why? Because A, the bullets are too expensive, and B, they're designed mostly for bears or big boar hunting, big game hunting. If you want to go travel light and you want to hunt a moose with a 500 Smith & Wesson. Otherwise, I mean, look at it this way. Unless someone's speed loading a lever action rifle, like, John Wayne's 45 Colt, long Colt rifle, no one's going to sit there, I mean, the other day, someone said to me, do they make Tommy guns? No. The reason they don't make Tommy guns anymore is because of certain issues. I mean, they've had specialty designed semi-automatic Tommy guns that you can get. Thompson makes the semis. Here's the problem with the semi-automatic Thompson. Now you got to keep pulling the trigger. They went ahead and they banned 2 things out of it. 2. One is you can't have the 100-round drum with 45 Colts in it. I mean, that would basically be like a handgun shell and a rifle. 50-round drum. Again, I know my weapons pretty well. Or the 30-round stick. They banned all those. So you get 10-round stick, which is people are bitching about. You know what? 10 rounds is too much. You just drop it and throw in another one. I mean, literally, let me put it to you this way. Someone was planning a murder or a mass shooting, right? Hypothetically, I know weapons really well. They could go out and they can get a double stacked Glock. 10 rounds, drop the clip, throw in a new one. 10 rounds, drop the clip, throw in a new one. They could go out and purchase online, all these places, and stack the clips up and just keep buying boxes and just keep loading it until they have enough. And then they can go somewhere and, right? That's wrong. They'd be like, we need to ban semi-automatics because of it. Just like the ARs. 30 rounds, too much. 20 rounds, too much. 10 rounds, too much. They say, oh, we need it for self-defense. Fine. Then keep your fucking AR in your house. Or if they want to get rid of ARs and semi-autos and let the police have them, give everyone a fucking revolver. And make sure that they can't use a speed loader. So when they run out, they got to load it one by one in the cylinder. And if that doesn't work, and the reason the dual actions are a lot safer is because if you drop a dual action, it doesn't discharge the weapon. But if you drop a single action with the hammer completely not pulled back, it still can discharge. So there's a Colonel Colt made a weakness there. But if they're all fucking bitching about it, and they're like, oh, well, 10 rounds is too much. Well, you can't make 10-round guns, okay? You can't just take a double stack and make it a single stack. They would have to redo the entire gun. People won't like that. So what do? You turn around and people say, "Oh well, we'll get a 1911, right? Single stack 1911, whether it be Smith and Wesson, Ruger, um, Kimber, Wilson, Combat, Nighthawk, uh, one of those custom jobbies, or even um, Sig Arms, stuff like that. These single stack 1911s. All you got to do is drop the magazine, throw in another one, whether it be 7 rounds, 6 rounds, or 5 rounds. I mean, literally, people are going to sit there and start stacking buying extra magazines like crazy to do their damn criminal activity, and it's wrong. Then what? Oh, we got to go to revolvers. Then they'll just go get speed loaders and just throw them in there, and throw it in there. And throw Desert Eagle, exactly. Yeah, I hope you don't own one of those, Higgins. I can't see you walking around. Yeah, I can't. Hat backwards. Yo, motherfucker. Yo, mother rucker. I'm going to, use my 50 cal gold Desert Eagle on your butt. I could, jokingly, of course. Higgins doesn't talk gangster, trust me. I've talked to Higgins many times on the phone, but jokingly. So what do? They ban the revolvers. They ban the speed loaders. Then what? They're going to ban all these things because everyone's still going to do mass shooting. This is what they need. They need a single shot black powder pistol. You put in the not enough powder to discharge it. The bullet pops out and falls to the floor. Put in too much powder, the damn handgun explodes. You put in the right amount of black powder, or synthetic black powder, and the bullet shoots perfectly. But you still got to put your paper patch in there, and I mean, literally, the thing is one person doesn't need an AR, one person doesn't need a Glock, one person doesn't need an XD, one person doesn't need a Smith and Wesson double stack. Not even one person needs a single stack right now, due to the fact that look how many people are doing these killings. They're making a statement. Now, Chris might be right. It might be an actor or something, but highly unlikely, Well, did you know, Higgins, that the Glock 18 was banned in this country? Only the military can have it because the Glock 18, you can put in 10 round, 10 round, 15 round, 33 round clips in a Glock 18. It's got a selector button where you can just pull the trigger and keep firing until it's empty. Literally. And the reason we know this is I know weapons really well. Plus the fact that me and Chloe saw that one movie once, Hit Girl, where he goes. He's a what is he? He's a male or he's a female. When he goes in there, he gets this body swapping thing where he touches something, becomes this girl, and he's a hit girl now. He's like a teenage girl, and he's got the stack of cash, as a girl, and he's like, "We got something special," and he's like, "Oh yeah, Glock 18, fully automatic with selector switch. They make them too." And the other thing is if you know what you're doing, you make an Uzi from 3 shots, fully automatic, and the Uzi's at 9mm. You can get a Mac 10 with a 9mm too. Fully automatic Mac 10s, at least you can put a suppressor on it still. Probably what you fired was a 6 point, or no, you probably fired a 7.62 millimeter AK, more likely, unless it was a handgun. If it was a handgun, it was a Glock 18. If it was a Uzi, it was 30 round clips. If it was a Mac 10, it's a 30 round clip. The Mac 10s and the Mac 10s, the Uzis and the S&P 40s, the SP 40s are SM 40s are the submachine guns, or the 40 the MP 40s. The machine pistol is basically a fully automatic with I think takes 9mm. I think machine pistol, the MP 40s, and then you have the Mac 10s and the Uzis, but those are, unless you get a special license for it, through the ATF or BATF, more likely you ain't going to see an Uzi or a Mac 10 or an AK or a, I mean, did you know it takes a special stamp, a special FBI and ATF stamp for a suppressor? I mean, literally, you can buy a suppressor, but you can't. You have to have a special stamp. You have to go through so many FBI checks to have it, and then they want to know why. Like one guy I read once, he had a suppressor on a 22. He got in a lot of trouble because he was outside in a major metropolitan city in his backyard with all the backboards and everything. The bullets wouldn't go through, but he would be picking off like a lot of crap. You have to have a special stamp for those. Yeah, well, thing is, nowadays, an actual new semi-automatic handgun cannot, even if you file down the part, will not become automatic. Now, those are the old type guns. The new ones, you can't do that because the new ones, if you file down the part that I know you're talking about, it won't fire. Basically, you'll just sit there, So the thing is what I'm saying is, look around when it comes to guns. There's a lot of people out there and a lot of evil out there. And this guy was making a fucking statement. His statement is what he was doing. Kevin Hearn of Oklahoma. See, I was just saying in video 1 and video 2 today that this isn't going to end. I said somewhere along the line. I even said it. What's next? Restaurants? Hospitals? Post offices? I mean, literally, I said, what's next? Hospitals? Post offices? Restaurants? I mean, other places? That's what I said, And look, a hospital. Places you vote more likely. Shoe stores? Don't even start, Higgins. It could happen. The thing is, we don't want to give any of these criminals an idea if they're watching my channel. Thing is, it just saddens me, Malls? I mean, literally, there's plenty of people there. I mean, look at the way things are looking, They're making a statement. I mean, someone else is going to get an idea eventually, to do something else, Like, remember the guy that killed 50 people in a sniper's nest in Vegas? I mean, what'd they do? Bump stocks, clips, magazines. Where was the security guard? I mean, you don't walk in with the AR-15 into a hospital. I'm shocked. Let me read this again. What now? Nope, no email. Nothing. Yeah, that could be happening, Chris. Chris just said something. I'm not. I mean, I agree with you, Chris. Could happen. Thing is we're living in a world where this shit has to stop. We're the only country that embraces this crap. Every other country, 30 kids get killed somewhere in the UK or Scotland, they take them away. Here, it's like, oh, we need to worry about this and revolts. The military's got weapons and they take an oath to defend their country against domestic terrorists. So if someone wanted to start a revolution, they'd be classified as a domestic terrorist and they'd be mowed down. Look at the big picture. Tulsa. No, it was north of Texas. No, yeah. It just blows my mind away. Even Black Jesus, this is just shocking. Not even a week, and they're starting to bury the dead in Uvalde, and now we got massive killings in Oklahoma. 3 plus several wounded. And they don't even have the numbers for the wounded. What's this? Acting presidents can do these things, but post presidents. So basically, since 1955, it's a law that they have to name a library after themselves. So papers and documents, that's funny. Oh, wow. Former presidents have to read up on national security briefings in order to stay informed about any potential threats to the United States. Former presidents must also do that. They can advise the current administration in case they get asked about it by the press. That'd be cool. Dude, I didn't want fucking this. I was reading this. You know what? Maybe I'll read the rest. You know what? I ain't gonna bother. I'll read it later. You know what? I might see if I can pull it up on my desktop without going through that stupid slideshow. I'm curious. Let's see. 1958, Secret Service protection for life. Reduced to 10 years for president first taking out his 90s. Okay. Presidents are entitled to a pension, staff, office expense, medical, health insurance, Secret Service protection, pension, transition, staff and service, medical insurance, and secret, All right, World Atlas. Okay, 10 former president have to follow. The no drive rule. Presidential townhouse. Visiting D.C., former presidents are not obliged to say the presidential townhouse, but is often encouraged to do so. Wow, they have a presidential townhouse. Staying up to date with all the national briefings at all former presidents. Traveling for diplomatic purposes. One of the duties up to hold after their time in office is traveling. For that purpose, they have an annual budget of $1 million. Their spouses have $500,000, and they have rights to diplomatic passports. They can avoid all the hassle of obtaining visas for some countries. They have to establish a library. I want to be president. Having a permanent Secret Service detail, that's cool. Having a state funeral, that's awesome. Not having health benefits unless they qualify. Having a lifetime pension afterwards, which is $208,000 a year. Yeah, I want to be president. Let's get me into the White House, dude. Few loose cannon people out of 340. It's 340 million. Higgins is a low percentage. It's not the guns causing them, but the few. Look, Higgins, if you were following what I said, it's not just about guns. Okay, they're making a fucking statement here. Okay, the Democrats want to ban guns or assault weapons, right? This just gives them more power and leverage over the people. Let's break it down here for a second. Black Jesus, good to see you're still here, bro. Let me tell you what I think, okay? Black Jesus loves when I talk anyways. Apparently I soothe the soul and I make sense. Some of you people don't make sense, okay? There's 340 million people in the consensus, but here's my theory. Someone thinks that black people are suppressing whites and whites are getting less and less to become minorities. So he goes and shoots up a grocery store in Buffalo. All of a sudden, they're like, oh, we might need to do some gun things. This is a rare thing. It's a hate crime. Then, a week or so later, a school in Uvalde, Texas gets shot up with 19 kids killed and 2 adults. Governor comes down and talks shit about it. What happened? Simple, Higgins. Simple, Black Jesus. Simple, Chris. Oh, well, we need more mental. We need more mental. I think Black Jesus heard me earlier in this argument. More mental health. But the dumb shit in Texas cut $212 million out of health care in April. And then Higgins says, oh, a few bad apples. Then they think more mental help is needed, right? Some states have good mental, but most states don't. So far, every mental state I've seen, the mental health has been cut. Medicare doesn't cover mental people. Now, Black Jesus, I hope you know where I'm going with this. Then, I said today, earlier in one of my vids, what's next going to be targeted? Higgins said shoe stores. I said, I didn't bring up malls though, but I said, what's next? Post offices again? Hospitals? Police stations? Which are stupid. Courthouses? Which are stupid. They're targeting places that they know has a lot of casualties, thinking if there's no security, they can get away with this. And that's what I was talking about in general. I was talking about it in general. I said, the American people are going to start targeting others. I said, what's next? What's next? I even said it earlier today. I said, what's next? Hospitals? Other ideas? And now look, we have hospitals. There's a statement being made. First, they were going to discuss some type of control over guns Tuesday because of the Uvalde. And every woman, man, this is a theory I have. So, Black Jesus, I hope you understand where I'm going with this. Higgins probably does, but, Higgins is like, 320 million people. There's just a few bad apples. That's not the point. And Chris, it's a necessary evil. That's not the point. My point is this. Uvalde, Texas, 21 killed. Between Roe versus Wade being dissolved and women going to the voting polls to vote the Republicans out. Then Mitch McConnell tells John Cornyn of Texas to try to come to some happy medium for gun control that everyone can agree on. No problem. Then a week later or so, a hospital gets targeted with a rifle. Now, mind you, I don't know if it's an AR, but they said a rifle, so more likely it is an AR. Where am I going with this? Black Jesus, Higgins, Chris? Simple. Women are afraid to send their kids to school because of Uvalde. This was predictable. Beto O'Rourke said this in a press conference when the governor said, "Get this son of a bitch out of here. You're a sick son of a bitch." No, he's the sick son of a bitch for wanting to embrace some punk that owned about 2 ARs after he turned 18. He's the sick son of a bitch. Those parents are in mourning. Now, where am I going with this? If mothers are hearing about Uvalde, Texas, and some schools are not got enough protections or resources to protect their schools, parents are now worried that their kids are next, so they're scared to send them to school. Now, this happens in a hospital. What's next? A hospital, another hospital that they know there's not enough, lack security. Think about it. Get a bag full of clips, handgun clips, and you walk into a hospital and you start picking them off. That's sick. And it's wrong. People go there to get treatment. People go there to get help. People go there to feel safe when they're there and sick. Now people are afraid to go to hospitals because they could be next on the target block. People are going to be looking at these big clinics. I'm being wondering, where's the security guard? Look, Higgins, they already have. A lot of states, it's 21 for a handgun, 21 for rifles and shotguns. Some states have lowered it to 18 for shotguns and rifles and 21 for handguns. But they say an age limit of 18's minimum because they think it's infringing everyone's rights if they make it 21 or 25 or 35 or 45 or 55. So, I mean, look, 3 shootings in less than a month. There's 2 options here. A, it's a statement. Women are now going to be afraid, and men, to go to hospitals because it could be a shooting zone. Or they're going to have to put metal detectors in every hospital in America, making metal detector companies more money. That's all I got to say, pretty much. Look what's going on in the world. One of my former buddies called himself security guard. He used to take a DVD player and hide it in the ceiling tiles at work, watch videos instead of doing actual security work. Oh man, Higgins, you are a character by itself. You and your friends are real rare characters, I tell you. He was licking his mouth a minute ago. Little hopper. You and your gift cards, Higgs. But yeah, I mean, literally, they're making a statement. That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's how I feel. We are. They're making a statement. They're trying to get the Democratic power to vote the Republicans out. The Republicans want to sit on their ass, basically not do anything about gun control. They're going to basically do something to do it. They're going to make it happen, you know. Now it's 4 people killed. (8:15 Eastern Time, so 20 minutes ago. So now it's 4 dead. And they had to bring in the ATF out of Dallas. I just can't believe this. The White House is in. I say give everyone a fucking musket. It doesn't violate the Second Amendment if everyone has a black powder pistol. Hell, I was looking at black powder pistols the other day. And by the way, Chris, not that you can own a gun, but are you well aware by the ATF's own standards, the black powder pistol doesn't require um, an FFL to purchase. You can go to Cabela's and buy a black powder Kentucky pistol. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Right? Let me show you what I'm talking about. Right here. Right here. See? You don't even need a license for this, Chris. Oh, look at the rifles, so just to see. Black powder rifles. 1795 Springfield. 1816 Harper's Ferry. The Enfield, I like the Enfield. Those are cool. Kentucky rifle. Frontier rifle. The 1859 and 1863 Sharps. There we go. Oh, yeah, look at that. Now that's beautiful. Muzzle loading. The 1795 musket right there. Nice musket rifle. The Harper's Ferry. Look at those. The Enfield. The Kentucky rifle. Love the Kentucky stuff. The Frontier rifle. Like Davy Crockett had. The 1859 Sharps. The 1874 Sharps. The Big Bore Buffalo. Cavalry, Sporting, Long Range. There is a Quigley Down Under shooting rifle. Wonder how much that one is. Sniper Sharp. I want to look at this. Oh, okay. 4590 and 45-120. The 45-120. Double set triggers and a vernier sight. Breech loading rifles. All right. Can you actually buy it online? Let me look at this just to see. Let's see. It says do a review. No, I want to know what the price is on this. You can't buy Wild Hunting Sport Target Stretcher. Request the information. Yeah. So you can't literally buy that one, I think, because I think it takes an actual bullet. If it's an 1874, so it's a bullet. But I do want to look at the Kentucky Pistoli again. Pistoli, the Kentucky pistol is cool. The Doc Holliday single action pistol. Here we go. I want the maple. Maple one, please. That's a percussion right there. And that's a flintlock. There you go. Can you actually buy it online? On a 54 caliber. Nope. There you go. Right there, $254. That's a percussion. Cool. Let's see. Do they have anything else? Let me look. Low to high. Yep. There it is. $254. It's out of stock, so fucking I ain't gonna go there. Here we go. That's out of stock too. Well, hell with that one. Yep. See, perfect. Seems like the ambulance. No, ambulance. Ooh. Out of stock. Is there any that's in stock? Let me look. Yep, all out of stock. There's one place I can find it, so it's pretty good. Haha, very funny, Higgins. Seems everyone's gone away again. I blame Higgins. I'm gonna use the bathroom. Tasty. There we go. You know, I might have to do an experiment on Friday. Tea with chocolate milk. That might be a good idea. Hey, Higgins, do they still make that strawberry milk? That'd be interesting to try too. Yeah. Maybe I'll try some Moroccan mint next. That was really tasty. Needed something to drink. And I'm not a water person. No. Strawberry milk in general. You know. Here we go. Do they still make strawberry milk? Nestle. Here we go. Does strawberry milk come from pink cows? I'm going to check Walmart real quick. I'm just curious about something. Higgins is always talking about something stupid, you know. Here we go. Strawberry milk. Nestle strawberry flavored milk right there. You can get strawberry milk, organic, low fat milk mailed to you 3 days. Lola strawberry milk drinks. Apu strawberry milk. Strawberry magic milk. Yeah. I heard there's coffee flavored milk too, but no. Nestle makes some. All right, sleep well, Chris. That just leaves Black Jesus and Higgins. One of the things I like in the evening, Higgins, is a good cup of tea. Look, since it's only Higgins and me on, and I've already talked about gun control, and I've talked about gun control. And I didn't get to talk about one thing, so I'm going to do that now, and then I'm going to call Higgins on the phone, which is the whole thing about Johnny Depp, okay? His ex-wife is evil. She basically has got a following on Twitter for abused women, but the thing is, she thinks that her freedom of speech was violated. Thing is there's no proof her freedom of speech was violated. She was literally abused. She was not literally abused. Her husband, her ex-husband, was abused. Excuse me while I stir this. There we go. Should have enough milk for tomorrow. Yep, tomorrow night, and then, just had some more. Oh yeah, it's tasty. So, my point being is Johnny Depp won $15 million. His wife got $2 million. His ex-wife got $2 million. Only because his agent and him said something about his ex-wife. Fortunately, he got $15 million. He lives with someone who's got borderline personality who abuses people. Well, I think so basically the girl's borderline. She's borderline and she basically abuses people. Borderlines abuse people. Everyone knows this. So I would have ruled in Johnny Depp's favor anyways. But at the same time, he wasn't the one being, she wasn't the one being abused. He was. Literally. And if she was really scared of him because of the sexual assault, she would have basically turned around and fought bravely. Me? It is what it is, When Chloe does her threats and stuff, I get really scared. What a good cup of tea. I wonder if that restaurant that I'm supposed to go to has tea. I'll find out. Anyways, like I said, Higgins already knows this. I'm going to log off. I'm going to call Higgins for a few minutes. Got to check in with him and the Social Security claim and stuff anyways. But anywho, Higgins, please listen for the phone because I'm about to call you. For the rest of you out there, no, you don't get any tea. Look at this. Tea? No, this is mint tea, not from Bun Buns. Oh, you want kisses? Okay. So anyways, Higgins, listen for the phone. For the rest of you out there, like I said, this whole Johnny Depp thing, if he was truly abused, they had like the website I was watching on YouTube, they had one Amber Turd follower. So I'm going to call Higgins. So for the rest of you out there, please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestions, like, subscribe button, so some funding for your family, including your dogs, cats, your bunnies, your service dogs, your service bunnies. Hit the like and notification bell for new content every day. Thanks for watching, everyone. Keep the content nice, as all we ask. If you do post a comment, thanks for watching. God bless you and everything you do.